Welcome back to All Over the Map, Episode 9, where we're going to take you on a different type of journey today. This episode is a little bit more selfish on my part, as the guest isn't really a guest. It's going to be a replay of one of the best basketball games I have ever seen in person. It's a high school team that I was lucky enough to cover on the radio back in my radio broadcasting days, called the Boyceville Bulldogs, and it was a girls basketball team that made it to state twice in a 3-year period. And in the state semifinal game against Wrightstown, they played one of the best games I've ever seen. So I wanted to share that with you. It's a sort of edited version of the game, but it's mostly the full game. And it has some really wonderful people in it that are a part of it. I'm joined by one of my old broadcasting partners, Terry Clancy, now Terry Butler. So used to be TC, now he's TB. And it's going to be a fun journey. So I hope you enjoy it. The other thing this leads me to is I'm actually going to be doing some more broadcasting this year coming up. In January and February, I'll be broadcasting some games in Sun Prairie for the community TV and the community radio stations there, as they invited me to do that. And it's been about 11 years since my last broadcast. But I'm excited to get back into it and share my love of sports with listeners and also get back to around high school athletics again. So with that, I'll leave you with this game. Oh, one more thing. A happy birthday to Miss Jolene Bird, one of the key players on this team that you're about to listen to. Have fun. Catch you next time.
Coach Jolene Bird of the Boyceville Bulldogs with us now. Coach, we're at State, we're at Madison. The club came down yesterday. How was the shoot-around? How did that go?
Shoot-around went really well. You know, you only get 25 minutes on the floor, so it's not a tremendous amount of time. But it was nice to get on this floor, being a little, a new place. Floor seemed really hollow to the kids, and so it was nice to get on it and check it out just a little bit.
And what do you think about being in this venue, a hockey venue normally? I guess, how do you feel about it? The girls feel about it? Is a little bit different?
You know, I think anytime you're down here, you'll play anywhere. And, we talked about that, Joanna and I at home, and with the opportunity, you'd play on a tennis court if you had to. It really doesn't matter to us. So, it's just nice for the kids. And I think from what I saw, the Energy Center sure made a great turnaround to have this and host this, and it'll be fun.
And when you look at the game today, what do you know about Wrightstown? What do you have to defend and stop first?
Obviously inside, they have a 6-foot post player that is just pretty agile on the boards and good shooter. And Bort's kid on the outside and inside can post up a little bit too. So we got to contain her and keep her off the boards, keep her off the drive. And excellent three-point shooter in the Fallish kid. So, minimizing her shot opportunities will be huge for us.
And offensively, things that you need to do against this Wrightstown defense, do you know, are you expecting them to press you a lot? What do you expect offensively you're going to need to do?
At this point, we've watched some game film on them, and, they've done some different things. Early on in the season, I think they were strictly a man-to-man team. They went to some 2-3 during the tournaments to get the job done on some other posts that they've had to play. So we're looking, I just said to the kids, you got to see what they come with. We've worked on both scenarios and worked hard on where the positioning of the ball needs to be in either case. So with the loud crowd and those things, I just said to the kids, you need to take the time on the floor to look what they're giving you and then, take the opportunity to score.
And still as fun as 2 years ago being down here again?
I don't think it ever gets old. This is, a different group of girls, and they're pretty calm, they're just focused, and this has been just really a lot of fun.
Coach, we appreciate the time. We're looking for great things today and hopefully another game on Saturday. That's what our hopes are, but best of luck to you and the Bulldogs, and just go out and have a good game, all right?
Thanks a lot, Jason.
Boyceville's trek was very difficult as they got past Grantsburg, Glenwood City in a tight ball game, Colfax, which was just an outstanding win, Washburn last Friday, and then on Saturday the game, the rematch against Thorpe, which Boyceville gutted out 49-46 for their second trip to Madison in the last 3 years. What a testament to this ball club. And Boyceville went through so many tough teams. You know that they're ready for anything coming out to this ball game today. We will take a quick break here on the Moose, and we come back. We'll have starting lineups and some basketball for you on a Thursday morning here from Madtown. Terry, do you have the starters for us over there for this morning's ball game between Wrightstown and Boyceville?
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you because I am a rookie at this, believe it or not. You are the experienced pro, so...
well, I won't go that far, Terry. Let's not use the word pro here, but set my expectations too high. But go ahead and tell us those starters.
Well, for your Division III Olympian Conference Wrightstown Tigers, starting Sasha Fallish, number 20, the guard, a 5'6" junior. Number 21, Amanda Ruck, the 5'8" sophomore at forward. Leah Rosenbaum, forward. Number 22, 6' senior. Number 40, a 5'9" junior guard, Rochelle Muehlmans. And number 42, Hannah Bortz, the 5'9" senior, playing guard forward. For the Boyceville Bulldogs in this afternoon's game out of the Dunn St. Croix Division III, starting for this afternoon, Tuesday Schmidt, number 21, the 5'10" senior forward. Number 23, Joanna Bird, representing that number very well, the 5'5" senior guard. Number 31, Brittany Hawkinson, the 5'10" junior forward. Number 35, Brooke Hawkinson, her twin sister, at 5'10" junior forward. And then number 51, Sarah Zavodny, the 5'10" senior center.
And talking with Brooke and Brittany, they like to be referred to as sisters. They don't like the whole twin thing, but anyway, they're happy to be sisters and very gracious young ladies. When you get to talk to them, we heard from them briefly before the ball game, and what a treat that was for me to go to the Boyceville practice and talk to some of these players, spend some time just chatting with them about their experiences, about playing high school basketball, and about this opportunity coming down to Madison. Glad to have you joining us today. The Boyceville Bulldogs in the WIA Division III state semifinal ball game here this morning at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Pass into the post. Kick out to Joanna Bird. Actually kicked it out to Brittany Hawkinson, playing a little role reversal there as Joanna went down to the left block. Swung around left now to Brooke Hawkinson. Boyceville being very patient on offense, and they had to do this time and time again in the last few ball games. Brooke Hawkinson down low, scores off glass, and Boyceville a quick 2-0 lead.
Well, that's what Boyceville wants to do. They want to set up Brooke underneath the middle and get her those easy shots, just like they did right there.
As I was saying before, just before the shot was made, Boyceville has been very patient, especially against Colfax and Thorpe. They really had to work it around offensively, patiently, and they did that last trip. Wrightstown answers right back. Hannah Bortz scores inside as she drove the left side of the lane, and we're knotted at 2 apiece.
Hannah Bortz this season averaging 45% from the field.
Brittany Hawkinson out high, dribbling now, shovels up between the rings to Joanna Bird. The senior point guard swings it right side to Brooke Hawkinson. Brittany wants it down low on the block. Spin move, baby hook left hand, scores again. And the Bulldogs up 4-2. 2 for Brittany, 2 for Brooke so far.
Well, if you remember the Score Sisters, I can tell you that's probably where the Hawkinsons learned that nice little baby hook, because the Score Sisters did it a lot, and now we're seeing the Hawkinson sisters doing it. It's just exciting basketball.
Wrightstown down 2. Here to Boyceville, 5:35 to play, opening period. Nearly a strip by Tuesday Schmidt, but the turnover is forced as her and Brittany Hawkinson hustling after it and hounding Rochelle Muehlmans, and Muehlmans loses it out of bounds.
Well, Coach Jolene Bird has to be excited because Wrightstown is doing exactly what they said they would do, or what she thought they would do.
Lob pass into Britt, great feed. She'll go from the left block for 2 more, some window work, and it's 6-2 Bulldogs.
Well, the Hawkinson sisters accounting for all of Boyceville's points in the first half of the first quarter.
And all 3 buckets for Boyceville scored in the paint, and every shot using the glass. The Bulldogs, actually that second shot wasn't because it was the baby hook in the middle, but so far Boyceville being very effective, not only getting the ball inside, but converting inside.
Oh, you're right, Jason.
I love to hear you say that, Tier. I hope I'm saying the right thing anyway, describing what's actually happening in the ballgame. A missed shot from the middle by Bortz. Sarah Zavodny the rebound, the Bulldogs on the attack. Up ahead, Brooke Hawkinson for 3, too strong, rebounded, tapped around to Brittany Hawkinson, and shovels it up from 8 feet out. Boyceville up 8-2.
And Brittany adding 6 points, making all 3 of her baskets in this game.
8-2 Boyceville, 4:34 to go in the opening period. Ball nearly stolen away by Tuesday Schmidt. She is playing the passing lanes very well here early on, and so far so good for the Bulldogs.
Well, we've seen teams struggle when their top shooter doesn't put the ball in. Now, the Boyceville Bulldogs have 3 shooters.
Not only that, Boyceville shares the ball very well. No egos on this team. They don't care who scores. They just want to get the best shot available. Wrightstown needs a timeout, a quick 30. We will keep it right here, just a 30-second TO. As we take a look at these opening minutes, so far so good for Boyceville, Terry, with an 8-2 lead. And Wrightstown, 4 early turnovers, 2:24 to go in the opening period of the Division III semifinal ball game here between the Wrightstown Tigers and the Bulldogs of Boyceville. Ozaki won the opening game this morning over Pittsville, 58-44, so they will play Saturday to advance to take on the winner of this ball game that we are currently covering.
And Boyceville working the press right now, and they've been very successful this season working that full court press.
Wrightstown breaks it pretty nicely, shovels a pass out, hoisted up there by Fallish, and she'll knock in the first triple of the ball game. And now it is just a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs at 8-5.
Well, Wrightstown is one of those teams that tends to live by the 3 and die by the 3. They've made only 1 of their 3 3-point attempts.
Pass nearly over the head of Joanna Bird, but she manages to track it in. Over to Brooks, shoveled to Brittany, right baseline. From 12, shot is short, rebound tapped around. Christina Hibben comes up with the loose ball. Out to Tara Hibben for 3, bingo!
Tara Hibben has stepped up and made some huge plays in this tournament, and that's one of them.
11-5 Bulldogs, a $1:33 to play in the first period. Wrightstown trying to break it down to the low block. A foul going to be called inside on Brittany Hawkinson as Rosenbaum forced it up in there.
Well, Brittany Hawkinson, kind of a casualty of the position that she just happened to be in. Kind of just found herself behind her.
Second shot is good as well, and Rosenbaum just a 51% foul shooter on the year, but she drains the first 2 of her chances here today at Madison, I should say. We'll get that right. We're in the daytime, aren't we?
I got it in your head, didn't I?
Hibben left side to Tara Hibben. Bullet pass into Brooke Hawkinson. Nice cut. Great pass over to Brittany. Brooke to Brittany equals 2 more from the right block.
Brooke passed it behind her back, around her waist, around 2 defenders.
So 2 shots upcoming for Brittany Hawkinson.
Well, Brittany this season, a 57%, a 60% free throw shooter, making 41 out of 68 in the regular season.
First one clanks off the back iron. Joanna Bird gets a quick rest on the bench as Katie Zavodny into the lineup for the Bulldogs. So now with Christina Hibben, Katie Zavodny, Brittany, and Brooke Hawkinson, and also Tara Hibben on the court for Boyceville. Second toss for Brittany Hawkinson, in and out, rebound, coming down to Fallish, and here's Wrightstown down by just 4 and the basketball. Pass up top to Conan, lob pass into the middle. Try to work it around, and Bort scores 2 more. Does some nice work going to the dribble around a defender, and it's a 2-point ball game, 13-11, so Wrightstown on a nice run.
Hannah Bortz now with 6 points, found a nice little opening underneath and made a good layup.
And we'll see how long Joanna Bird stays on the bench, and we expect to see her back in there pretty quickly. Tara Hibben, a wild pass inside, 2 blue shirts, too many in there, and it's stolen away.
Chelsea Conan comes up with the steal for a team that has recorded 334 steals this season.
Trying to field it at the buzzer is Bortz. Her shot is missed, and that will end the first 8 minutes. 13-11, Boyceville after 1. We'll be back for the second right after this on the Moose. Welcome back to Madison. Jason Haifman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7 Moose Sports here this morning as the Boyceville Bulldogs in action at the Alliant Energy Center in the semifinal ball game here in the state tournament. Bulldogs lead by 2, 13-11 after 1 period. But Terry, they had an 8-2 lead, and all of a sudden that evaporated down to just 2 as Wrightstown made a great run during the last 3+ minutes.
Well, the Boyceville Bulldogs sure could use some help from their fans to get their fans excited to come up with some baskets, because Wrightstown's fans are on their toes.
Kick basketball by the Tigers. Fallish the culprit, and Boyceville will toss it in near sideline. Again, the Bulldogs working left to right this half, and Wrightstown right to left as we watch it. Jolene Bird picked up the dribble, now has nowhere to go with the ball. Shovels it off to Brooke Hawkinson. Back to Joanna, out high on the left. Dribbles to the center. Brooke swung to the right baseline to Tuesday Schmidt. Back there, Tuesday gets it back. Pass down low. Spin move for Brittany. Scores! And she'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Brittany looking awesome with a total of 10 points in this game so far. Has made 5 of 7 shots, though she goes to the line for the second time. Has yet to converge on any of her free throw attempts.
Well, that one maybe not how she drew it up. Not quite so pretty, but it was effective. Brittany from the line won't get it to go. The miss for Hawkinson, and the rebound again hauled in by Wrightstown. They're doing a pretty good job on the defensive boards.
Well, they have a combined total of 3 rebounds in this game, a total of 3 less than Boyceville.
So Wrightstown working it around. Fallish top of the key, swing it right side over to Jolene Bowers. Back up top to Bortz. Left side, a catch made by Mullimans. Going to the dribble, a drop step, should have been a travel call, and a wild shot tossed up there by Conan is scooped up by Brooke Hawkinson.
Nice rebound there by Brooke. I'm surprised she doesn't have more.
Bulldogs, great ball movement, attacking again and beating Wrightstown down court. The feed by Tuesday Schmidt, the score inside by Brittany Hawkinson.
Well, Brittany Hawkinson has scored more points than the entire Wrightstown team. She has 12 this game.
17-11 Bulldogs. Boyceville coming out of the gate here in this second period the way they would like to. 6:35 to play. Wrightstown trying to work the assist, but it won't drop down low for Bowers, and the Bulldogs another rebound. Sarah Zavodny that time. Another great feed into Brittany Hawkinson. She scoops and hoops for 2 more, and the Bulldogs lead by 8.
Brittany now with 14 points, 2 rebounds. Sorry, I get excited sometimes.
And Boyceville just doing such a great job. They've been doing this throughout the tournament, feeding Brittany in the low post and getting her right next to the basket, so she has a great opportunity to score. Kick out pass, lefty hoist from 3 for Conan. That goes through, and the lead is cut to 5 at 19-14.
Chelsea Conan this season is only 31% from beyond the arc.
Boyceville back the other way. Zavodny an offensive reload. Ball stripped away down low, and it got tossed into Brittany Hawkinson. Fallish came over to play the thief.
Well, so far in this game, Wrightstown has attempted 6 3-pointers and only made 2 of them.
Sarah Hibben back in. Stephanie Steinberger into the lineup as well. Tuesday Schmidt and Sarah Zavodny will take a seat on the Bulldog bench.
Well, you talk about some young players really stepping up for Boyceville. You were talking about Stephanie Steinberger before we got on air, and she's helped out, this freshman has helped out this Boyceville team when they need a breather.
And you can always tell where she is because she's the only one with the black shoes on. Another 3-point attempt off the mark by Mullimans on the rebound. It's a tie-up and possession arrow to the Bulldogs. 19-14 Boyceville, 4:29 to play in the first half. Great ball movement again. Tara Hibben open for 3. Her second of the afternoon, or morning as it is.
Tara Hibben now with 6 points perfect from beyond the arc is huge for Boyceville this afternoon.
Her first 3 came from the left corner, this one from the right corner. Same result, nothing but the net. 22-14 Bulldogs. Into the low post now to Bortz. A triple team around there, a scrap out steal by Brooke Hawkinson. Katie Zavodny into the lineup now for Boyceville as well. Down to Steinberger on the baseline, tries to bounce cross court from right to left to Tara Hibben. A foul called, and it will stay to Boyceville. So now that team total up to 6 for Wrightstown, and the personal fouls, or in the team fouls I should say, so it's 3:07 left. Boyceville might see some free throws yet in the bonus before the end of the half. We'll have a timeout, we'll take one as well. Bulldogs with an 8-point advantage, 3:07 to play in the second quarter. Back here at the Alliance Energy Center, Jason Hafman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7. Moose Sports this morning approaching noontime here in about a half an hour. Bulldogs with an 8-point lead, 3:07 to play in our opening half.
Well, you know, you're right. We've been saying afternoon all day long, and it's still the morning.
Kicked out to Steinberger. Her shot is deflected out of bounds. Another block shot for the Tigers. The culprit that time was Chelsea Conan, but Boyceville will maintain possession.
Well, Conan may have had the ability to be called for a foul because she slammed into the hands of Stephanie Steinberger.
They saw the block first and let the little bit of contact go afterward. Bulldogs will have the ball. Katie Zavodny between the rings. Right pass, a shovel down from Brittany to Brooke. Brooke scoops it up, scores inside.
Well, they did that like they've been doing it for 17 years.
I don't know if you can play basketball right out of the gate, Terry, because that ball might seem a little big when you're that small. But anyway, they've been doing it for quite a long time. 24-14 Bulldogs. Wrightstown trying to find some answers. A forced drive on the baseline, and benefit of the doubt that time to the offensive player.
Well, Hannah Bortz is continuing to attack that part of the court. She's getting underneath, and she's driving and driving. You got to give her credit, because she's made 6 points in this game, and from that shot, she's 3 of 4.
The baseline has been a problem defensively for the Bulldogs so far in the opening half. Inbounds play, put up on the rim by Ruck. Shot won't drop, and the Bulldogs another board. Joanna Bird on the run. Weaving through defenders. Great bounce pass to Katie Zavodny. Tossed over to Sarah. Back to Bird. Hoisted for three. Sploosh!
Well, Joanna Bird finally gets on the board. She usually doesn't do a lot of scoring in the first half or even the first 3 quarters. It's in the fourth quarter when she steps up and comes up with some big three-pointers and does just excellent from the line.
And Joanna was money in the opening before shoot-around. I mean, she was just hitting threes left and right. She drains one there. Wrightstown answers right back with a 3 from Hannah Bortz.
Well, Wrightstown's going to need to make those shots if they want to stay in this one.
1:08 to play in the second period. Bulldogs with a 10-point lead, 27-17. Pass up top over to Bortz out high on the right. Now to Fallish, back to Bortz, top of the key.
I would imagine that Wrightstown is going to play for the last shot here.
Fallish about 26 feet out, almost thought about the 3 there. It had that look in her eye. On the drive, it's Mullimans to the hoop. Shovel pass to Ruck, and she'll go glass for 2. Lead cut down to 8 for Boyceville, 27-19, and the Bulldogs will have it with 27 seconds. Likely play for the final shot of the quarter.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Christina Hibben fouled before Boyceville can play for that final shot, and now she will have bonus free throws. And the Bulldogs so far not getting their free throws to drop, and that can be a factor. So they need to get these throws to drop pretty soon, because if it stays a close game, it's going to come down to who shoots better from the line. 8 team fouls as it stands, though, on Wrightstown in the first half. 20 seconds left on the clock. Christina Hibben, 1-and-1 free throw. She knocks in the first and answers that question for Boyceville. She will get a second.
Christina Hibben this year from the line is shooting 57%. No, 42%, sorry. There's so many stats.
42% from the line for Christina, but she puts a pair in for the Bulldogs and increases the lead back to 10. 16 seconds to play. Wrightstown with the ball. Over to the right side to Mullimans. Back up top to Koenig. Down to 9 seconds. Wrightstown needs to do something with it. They go to Ruck at the right elbow. Out. Shot put up from 17. Great defense by Brittany Hawkinson. The Bulldogs pull down the board, and that will end our first 2 quarters. Boyceville leads 29-19 at the half. We'll take a break here on the Moose. Be back for halftime activities right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to Madison. Jason Hafman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7. We are at the Alliant Energy Center here for the girls' Division III ball game at the state tournament between the Wrightstown Tigers and the Boyceville Bulldogs. Boyceville leads at the end of 2 quarters, 29-19. A pretty good half overall for the Bulldogs. It got scary there for a moment, but Boyceville jumped out to an 8-2 lead. Wrightstown stormed back at the end of the first period. It was 13-11. Bulldogs leading by just 2. Boyceville comes out firing in that second period and increases the lead to 10. 29-19 they hold at halftime, but it was overall so far so good for the Bulldogs through 16 minutes.
Boyceville, what they're doing is they're really working that inside game, and then when they get the opportunity on the outside, they're converting on those opportunities. What they need to do now is convert on their free throws. So far in this game, they're only 2 of 6, whereas Wrightstown has made all of their free throws. Here are your stats, though, for the first half. Christina Hibben with 2 rebounds and 2 points. Tuesday Schmidt with a rebound. Joanna Bird with 3 points. Tara Hibben with 6 points. Brooke Hawkinson right now with 4 rebounds and 4 points. Stephanie Steinberger with a steal, and Sarah Zavandi with 3 rebounds has attempted 1 free throw and missed it. We want to mention Brittany Hawkinson now. She is dominating this game. She has a total of 14 points, 4 rebounds, and she's averaging 14.3 points a game. So she's right on pace. Well, actually, she's doubling her pace. She has all the points that she needs to score. Well, don't let me say that. She's got to score a lot more of this game, and that's what we want. Although she has missed all 3 of her free throws in this game. Let me mention too that Tara Hibben has come up with 2 big 3-pointers. Now taking a look at Wrightstown, Chelsea Conan has a steal, a block shot, 1 of 3 from 3-point range with 3 points. Sasha Fallish with 2 steals and a rebound is 1 of 4 from 3-point range with 3 points. Amanda Ruck, 1 rebound and a block shot, has 2 points. Leah Rosenbaum has 2 points, 2 of 2 from the line. Rochelle Muhlmans has 0 points, attempted a 3-pointer, and then Hannah Bortz with 1 rebound has a total of 9 points. She is 4 of 10 from field goal range and 1 of 2 from 3-point range.
Now, Bortz has really been the main offensive plug for Wrightstown here in the first half. I mean, we talked a lot about Rosenbaum, who is averaging nearly 12 points a game. Bortz, the leader, at 12.3 points per game, and she has upped that even a little bit here in this first half, connecting not only from inside, some great moves down there, but also from outside. Throw in to boot that she's a 76% foul shooter, and she probably their best overall player. Right now, Boyceville's trying to figure out how to stop number 42, because right now the 10-point lead is nice, but if they can slow down 42, they might be able to increase this to even more comfortable a lead and hopefully bring things home in the last 16 minutes of the ball game. The winner of this game plays on Saturday at 6:35 p.m. So a night game for the winner of this game. And again, Ozaki won the opening game. Ozaki topped Pittsville, keeps their undefeated mark intact now at 25-0, 58-44 victors were the Ozaki Warriors. We'll take another break on the Moose, come back for a second half of basketball right after this on Moose Country 106.7. Welcome back here on the Moose. Jason Hafman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7 at Madison, the Alliant Energy Center, the home of the girls' state tournament. And in Division III, the Bulldogs leading Wrightstown 29-19 at the half. We're underway now in the second half of this ball game. Boyceville starts with the ball, works right to left as we watch it in the white uniforms, purple lettering, and Wrightstown left to right this half in the blue unis.
Well, Boyceville to stay in this game, and they are. They just have to continue to do what they did in the first half. Wrightstown, I don't know what they can do. They're playing a better team, I think.
Bulldogs hope so. Certainly, they can keep up that first half pace.
Well, in this game, this is what Boyceville has been doing. They're out-rebounding Wrightstown 17-9 now, and out-assisting them 11-4.
2 of the hugest stats, or biggest stats right there. Brooke on the turnaround, off balance, and Brooke Hawkinson scores the opening bucket of the second half, 31-19 Dogs.
Brooke Hawkinson now with 6 points and 4 rebounds.
Turnovers in the first half, pretty even. Wrightstown with 5, Boyceville with 7. There's 1. Bulldogs on the attack, up ahead to Brooke Hawkinson, lays it up and in, and Boyceville 33, Wrightstown 19.
And Brooke doing all the scoring here in this third quarter.
Great outlet pass from Joanna Bird. The Tigers want a timeout. They need to talk it over. Bulldogs coming out strong again to open the third. We'll have a break here on the Moose. Be back right after this. Welcome back to the Alliant Energy Center here at Madison. The Boyceville Bulldogs score the first 4 points of the third period at 6:31 left in the third. They lead 33-19 now on a 4-0 run. The other factor in that first half, the field goal shooting. Wrightstown at 30.4%, 7 out of 23 in Boyceville. 12 out of 19 from the floor. We talked about a lot of that scoring being inside. A couple of nice threes in there as well. But 12 out of 19 from field goals for 63% for the Bulldogs in the first 16 minutes.
How is Boyceville shooting from the air?
Well, most of those shots go up into the air, Terry, but that three-point attempt, if that's what you're looking at, is 3 out of 5 for the Bulldogs from three-point range.
They're getting it done.
Coming out and playing a nice little ball game here at Madison. on the big stage. Ball tapped out of bounds by Tuesday Schmidt. Wrightstown will have it back, but the Tigers reeling a little bit coming out of the gate in the second as Boyceville's come out strong and grabbed a hold of this ball game.
Well, Tuesday Schmidt, they're coming up with a nice defensive play. With such long arms, you have to be 6 feet tall yourself just to get the ball around her.
Brooke Hawkinson nearly another steal. Now players all over the floor and scrambling a bit. Boyceville does get back into the half-court defense. Fallish for 3, short rebound collected by Brooke Hawkinson.
That's number 5 for Brooke Hawkinson to go along with 8 points.
Out to Joanna Bird for 3, bango! I told you before the ball game, she knocked 9 in a row just shooting around, and I was like, Joanna is on today. You better watch out if you're the Wrightstown Tigers playing against this team. Wrightstown to answer back for 3. Well, they rattle one down and shut me up, and I believe it's Bortz again from outside.
You're right.
Hannah Bortz, the only one so far that's really been consistent for Wrightstown, and the Bulldogs trying to find an answer to stop her. As it stands, 36-22 Boyceville, 14-point lead. Hawkinson, great cut by Bird, score 2 inside, and count it. We're going to get one from the line as well.
That was beautiful.
Well, Joanna usually says, who's your daddy, Indiana, from outside, but that time to cut down the lane, the hoop and the harm, and she's got a chance for a conventional 3-point play.
I hate to take a line from a famous broadcaster, but she is in fuego.
And determined. Well, as we talk her up, she can't hit the free throw, but anyway, that doesn't take anything away from those last couple of shots by Joanna Bird. 38-22, Dogs, bow, wow, wow. 3 hoisted up there, a long one off the mark from Conan. Rebound trickled out to Bortz, and Wrightstown has an offensive reload. Another baseline shot tossed up from the left-handed Conan. Shot missed. A board collected by Brittany Hawkinson. Up to Tuesday Schmidt, and the Bulldogs will slow it down and set things up in the half court.
Well, the Hawkinson sisters now at 5 rebounds apiece are both almost in double digits.
Brooke on a drive, goes glass. Window work for Brooke Hawkinson, and 2 more on the board for the Dogs.
Okay, well, now they're both in double digits with 5 rebounds apiece.
She didn't want to be left out. She heard you say that from up here, and she said, I want to be in double digits as well. Another 3 for Fallish. Glances off the front of the rim. Joanna Bird takes the rebound, then avoids a defender, avoids another. Great bounce pass to Brittany from 8 on the baseline. Roll it down, and the Dogs running and gunning a 20-point lead.
That's 16 points for Brittany Hawkinson.
Watch out if you got to play this Bulldog team, because they are focused, determined, and playing as well as they have all season. Another Wrightstown timeout. We'll take one as well. Be back right after this on Moose Country 106.7. Welcome back to Madison. Jason Hafman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7. The Boyceville Bulldogs leading by 10 at halftime. That lead is now doubled, 42-22 over Wrightstown, and we still have 3:07 to play in the third period, but this has been all Boyceville out of the gate this second half.
Well, you can take all of Brittany Hawkinson's 18 points out of this game, and Boyceville is still leading.
And that's a big chunk of points when you take away Brittany, but you don't need to because she's been on the court and scoring. Inbounded, Joanna Bird nearly stealing it away, but Wrightstown will control. Conan driving in, had nowhere to go with it and traveled.
Well, it's about time they call one of those. That's the 3rd time that I've seen Wrightstown go to that. But I think during that last time out, Wrightstown head coach Nicole Natsky told them, stop throwing up those threes. We can't play catch-up by just chucking up a 3. We got to find our shot inside, and that's how we're going to get back in this game.
And Wrightstown just a 29% three-point shooting team. Inside to Brittany Hawkinson, left-handed baby will go again, and the Bulldogs up by 22, doubling up Wrightstown.
And Brittany Hawkinson now at 20 points. I can't imagine she's going to even get close to being in the record books, because if Boyceville continues to play this way, she's not even going to play much in the 4th quarter.
Another strip, another steal. Tara Hibman, bounce pass to Joanna Bird, goes glass, shot partially blocked, a rebound inside, score 2 more for Brittany Hawkinson, and she'll have a chance for 1 more at the line.
22 points for Brittany Hawkinson with 6 rebounds, going to the line for the 3rd time this afternoon.
Well, I don't know that Boyceville could have predicted this. But things are going well, and they are playing probably their best game of the year so far, and they're playing it at the right time. Free throw in and out, and on the rebound, a foul called on Brooke Hawkinson, I believe. So it'll be her third. Or do we get a tie-up on the play? What's the call by the official? Let's see. They say Wrightstown basketball. Must have been a tie-up jump ball situation, so it goes to the Tigers, but they are trailing by 24 points now at 46-22 to 11 to go in the third quarter.
Well, Boyceville looks like they're slowing it down here a little bit now. They're going to continue to do what they've been doing, finding that open shot, whether it be on the perimeter or underneath.
Hibben with the ball out high on the right, up top to Katie Zavodny, who came in for Jolene Bird just moments ago. Brooke Hawkinson now to Brittany between the rings. Brittany Hawkinson bounces it to Katie Zavodny, back out to Zavodny, up top to Christina Hibben. Left side to Brittany Hawkinson. To Christina Hibben. Left side to Brittany Hawkinson. Now to Brooke at the top of the key. Right side. Great cut by Brittany into some traffic. A foul down there, and she'll go back to the free throw line for a pair at the charity stripe.
That might be the fourth foul on Bortz. It could be. Something I just got to mention, though, both these teams, you don't see a lot of bounce passes at this level, but they're doing such a good job of using that bounce pass. Both teams are, it's amazing. I just love to see it.
Hawkinson's first free throw is good, so Brittany Hawkinson scores one from the stripe and increases her total on the afternoon. We're there now, officially.
Well, I was going to say the Hawkinsons. Boyceville so far in this game is 3 of 9 from the line, and that was Brittany's first conversion.
Second one for Brittany, good as well. And now she'll take a seat on the bench, but what a first nearly 3 complete quarters for the Bulldogs, as they now have a 24-point lead again at 48-24. Hawkinson heads to the bench. Sarah Zavodny back in.
And Wrightstown almost turned it over on the inbound pass.
A foul called on Boyceville, and Bortz will go to the stripe for a couple.
Well, so far in this game, I was just going to say that Wrightstown was perfect from the line. Now they are 2 of 3 after Bortz missing that shot.
You are a powerful individual, Terry. Just your thought forced the miss right there.
Well, Bortz this season is a 76% free throw shooter.
Gets the second one to drop, and it's 48-25 Bulldogs.
Well, it's got to be nice for Boyceville. They have some of their younger players like Katie Zavodny in there right now. She's got to be feeling good that she's getting the opportunity to go up against a quality team and perform for her team, who is very high quality.
Left side to Steinberger with the black shoes. The only one on this club that I have seen out there with the black shoes. Everyone else in the white.
What the heck are they cheering?
I don't know.
It sounds like they're cheering Tuesday. As in Tuesday Schmidt.
I thought they were saying black shoes. Maybe they heard me up here. I have no idea. Zavodny evades a steal, shovels it over to Christina Hibben, now gets the pass back, driving down the lane, wraparound pass into Sarah Zavodny. Shot put up on the rim, a foul inside, and Sarah Zavodny to the free throw line.
Well, Sarah Zavodny will be making her second trip to the line. And so far this season, Sarah Zavodny making 54% of her free throws. She is 13 of 24. And she will shoot 2.
And that foul called with just 6 seconds left. Great work by the Bulldogs. Sarah Zavodny knocks in the free throw. And watch out for the Zavodny sister connection. Second throw for Sarah Zavodny is good, so 2 out of 2 for Sarah. And it's a 25-point lead for the Bulldogs, 50-25. Shot fired up to end the third quarter. Boyceville taking charge of the game in the third. They leave leading by the count of 50-25. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes after this on Moose Country 106.7. Welcome back here to Madison. Jason Hafman, Terry Clancy with you on Moose Country 106.7. The Boyceville Bulldogs here in the semifinal game at the state tournament in Division III, leading 50-25 over Wrightstown after 3 quarters. What a third quarter it was. Bulldogs entered with a 29-19 lead and lit it up that quarter, as they were already lighting things up in the first half, but leading by 25 points. Dogs looking to bark all the way to Saturday. Inside, pass down low, and Leah Rosenbaum finally gets something to go from the right block. Lead cut to 21, 50-29. Dogs still in control, and they have the ball.
Leah, who's been averaging 10 points a game this season, has been averaging 12 points a game this season, only has 4 here as we're in the fourth quarter.
Tara Hibben over to Sarah Zavodny. Now Joanna Bird, left corner. Up top to Tuesday Schmidt. Right side to Hibben. Spin move dribble at the wing. Can't get past Ruck, and then gets tripped up on the play. Amanda Ruck, the personal foul coming. That's the 5th on Wrightstown this half.
Seen a lot of tripping in this game. I don't think I've ever seen any team ever get called for so many tripping calls.
Christina Hibben coming in. Bulldogs going a bit smaller now as she comes in for Sarah Zavodny. So both Hibben's in there. Joanna Bird, Tuesday Schmidt, and also Brooke Hawkinson. Bird gets the inbounds pass, gets bumped, and the official calls her out of bounds on the baseline. I mean, I can understand the big lead letting a few things go, but Bird was forced out of bounds by a clear blocking foul, and the official just says turnover, give it back to Wrightstown. You can't complain too much with a 21-point lead, but still, you want to see the game officiated fairly. Anyway, that'll be all for me for the talking about the officials today, unless this gets really hairy down the stretch.
Unless it gets hairy.
Well, hey, if it does, I might have to say something. Pass into Joanna Bird. She won't let it get that way. Scores off glass. A great cut by Bird. Assist to Christina Hibben, and Joanna looking for another 3-point play.
According to my statistics, Joanna Bird has not missed a shot except for her 1 free throw attempt.
I believe you're correct. In the first half, she was 1 out of 1. We know that. Then she drained a 3. She had another bucket inside for a 3-point play, or an attempt at a 3-point play. Came in with just 2, missed the free throw. This time she scores another 2 inside and converts on the 3-point play, and it is 53-29 Bulldogs. Bulldogs well in control, 53-29, and we hope they can close out the last 4:40 of this ball game and advance to play again on Saturday.
Well, Christina Hibben going to the line actually only has taken 7 free throw attempts this season coming into this game.
And hustle by Hibben gets the long rebound. She missed the shot off the back iron. It got tapped around, and Christina got it into her hands. Tara Hibben zip past to Katie Zavodny, found herself wide open, and Katie goes glass for 2. Bulldogs up 55-29.
Katie Zavodny's got to be feeling good.
She just saw the lane wide open, thought it's easier to make it from 2 feet away than 18 feet away, so I'll just go in there and get a pass. Coming in now for the Bulldogs, Tara Hibben will take a seat on the bench. Nicole Kaiser in there for Boyceville. So she'll see some playing time, the 5'5" sophomore guard. Fallish, lob pass down low to Rosenbaum. Stolen away inside by Kaiser, and she'll rifle it with the left hand to Hibben, who will get it in the hands of Brooke Hawkinson to run things at the half-court circle. Zavodny, zip pass into Tuesday Schmidt. Score it off glass, left corner, and it's 27-point lead for the Bulldogs.
And Tuesday Schmidt gets on the board. I'm sorry, I think Jolene's going to bring in some of her freshman players.
And this is such an experience for these young ladies that are on the bench and some of the reserves that might not see a lot of court time with this big of a lead. Just 3 minutes left to play, 3:01 to be exact. Gives those young ladies a chance to get in the ballgame, get some experience. You never know what can happen. It's so difficult to get here. Who knows if you'll get here again in your high school career. So for them to see some court time today is just an amazing experience for those young players that'll be out there on the court now as Coach Bird will go to the bench. So Hurchin out there along with Kaiser. Do we have them all now, Terry?
Yes.
Kaiser, Steinberger, Hurchin, also Nussberger, and who's the one I'm missing, just to clarify to everyone?
Bird. Caleb
Bird, sure. Okay, well, what am I thinking? Okay.
How can you miss Bird out there? There's always a Bird on the court.
You got to, when in doubt, say Bird, and you're right at least a third of the time, right?
Well, if Joanna Bird isn't on court, I can tell you that Jolene probably is on the court.
And Jolene is on the court quite a bit. I mean, she extends that little zone. Coaches are supposed to stay on the sideline and within their zone, but if she can't get the attention of the officials, she'll get out there and go ahead and give them an earful or at least get their attention. Boyceville with a 57-31 lead.
Well, you know, I may have misheard from a very excited fan, but I believe he said that this freshman team is undefeated in the history of Boyceville.
Bird got shaken on defense, now gets the rebound, scoops it up, and scoring on the play is Nicole Kaiser. Has a great pass from Kayla Bird. Kaiser got it on the run and did some window work.
I have too many stats here for Boyceville. I'm going to have to wait till the stat people get up here.
Just 33 points on the board for Wrightstown. 62 for the Bulldogs, 53 seconds to come off the clock.
Well, you know, now that Boyceville is going to go home with this win, they're going to have to, well, they won't go home, but...
Kaiser again inside. She worked around, running the offensive set, got the pass from Julie Brewer, and clanks 2 more down from the right block.
They're going to have to not think, hey, we pummeled this Wrightstown team, and then go lackadaisical into Ozaki, but they're going to have to say, hey, look at the good things that we did. We did a lot of good things. There's not a whole lot that they can say that they did bad, except maybe convert better on the free throws. But man, they have all this energy and positive things going into their next game. Oh,
Kayla Bird, a drive, just gave the head fake left, went around the right side, scores the layup, and it's 66-33. Bulldogs time ticking down. Shot fired up at the rim by Wrightstown, and that will end it. The Boyceville Bulldogs, 66, Wrightstown 33. Bulldogs advance to Saturday's championship game to take on Ozaki. We've got plenty of post-game activities coming up, including some interviews coming from coaches and players. Be back in just a minute.
So we saw a wonderful Bulldog game. Boyceville doubles up Wrightstown, and what a game it was. The Bulldogs, great offensive shooting. They did everything well. The only thing that didn't go for them quite how they would like to was the free throw shooting today. But you can overlook that when you shoot well from the floor, play great defense, and assist and rebound the way this Bulldog club did here today. We've got Coach Trachani coming up. We've got some players as well, so let's get them on the headset as soon as possible. You guys need a break? Need a little chance to breathe after climbing all this way? You two aren't tired. Brooke and Joanna coming up as well. Brooke Hawkinson, Joanna Bird to join us, and they're not tired. I mean, we'll give Coach a little bit break. You feel all right, Coach? Are you all right? Coach Trachani ready to rock. So let's give him this headset and get him on here so we can bring some more insight into the ball game. Coach, you can hear me all right, I'm sure?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, take a seat, please. You made the trek up. We appreciate it. Take a seat, sit in one of these comfy chairs. What a game. I mean, let me ask up front, I'm sure the club and the coaches couldn't have expected something like this, but it was great out there today.
Oh, they played very well. I got to catch my breath. Long way up.
Take your time.
We had some tapes on them, and they knew they wanted to post up, lob. Bortz is one heck of a player. She did a great job. But our girls have been focused all week. Offensively, we ran our swing offense very well.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, the offensive sets are outstanding, and we've seen it now late in the tournament, especially the last few weeks against Colfax, against Thorpe, those couple of games where you really, at times, this team needs to be patient offensively, and they do that. It's not a situation where they force a pass, force a shot. It's let's work for that good shot, run the offense, and sooner or later it's going to open up. And these girls embrace that. And then when it happens quickly, they can do that too.
Absolutely. The first thing we want to do is run the floor. We have some speed, team speed. We have some great passers, and we have people that they have good hands, our bigger people. So we want to push the ball whenever we can. But you're absolutely right. We've been focused on setting it up and getting all our players involved in the offense.
Well, Coach, a couple of glaring statistics as we take a look at that now. The rebound edge, 29-17. Your club did a great job there. And field goal shooting, we talked about 63% in the first half and knew you didn't slow down any. Actually, you increased it 71% in the second half for a game total of 67.5% from the floor. I mean, what does that tell you? Not only that the club was hot, but you're taking good shots.
That's absolutely right. With going back to the offense and running our offense very efficiently, getting the shots we want in the paint. That's where it boiled down. As far as rebounding, we knew that they had a couple girls who really pound the boards. Everybody we talked to said that they were a great rebounding team, and you're going to have to work at it. And Zavadny and the Hawkinsons and the whole group did a terrific job in there today.
It was a team effort, certainly on the boards and throughout the ball game. Great sharing of the basketball as well, with 22 assists here on the afternoon. That's got to be a nice-looking stat for you as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Joanna, if you're ready, you can come up. All right, now we're all set.
Yes.
I know you like to talk.
Yeah.
So, we can get you on here. Okay, I got to say this first. I watched you in warm-ups, and you were just
On fire.
on fire. You were.
Yeah.
Did you feel it?
Yeah.
You felt it. So I'm sitting here, and actually I just looked. So I hit a couple of shots in a row. Then a ball bounced out to you. You had one holding it in your left hand. You scooped up the other ball, just hoisted it with your right hand while you were holding the other ball in your left hand, and that went in.
Yeah.
And then you made like 3 or 4, 5 more shots in a row after that, and I was like, oh man, watch out today if you're Wrightstown. And, obviously you don't force the offense, which is great. It came to you today, and when you got those open looks, man, you were outstanding.
Thank you.
Talk about your club today, because you guys shot, do you even know these statistics?
No.
You guys shot 63% from the floor in the first half, 71% in the second half, 67.5% for the game. And that's, pretty darn good. That's how you get to 66 points pretty easily.
Yes.
So you guys did everything they asked you to today. Worked the ball around offensively. Why did the offense work so well today?
We just didn't want to turn the ball over because we know that turnovers are what is going to kill us. And it was just, we wanted to win so bad. And we knew that if we just got it inside, then everything else would just come together.
And you talk about that. You had the inside play, and so many of those early baskets came right in the post, right in the low post, cuts down the lane or entry passes in there. Do you know how you guys were even able to effectively work it in there? Was it just patience and wearing down the defense?
I think that, and Brittany had 2 right hands today. She was just hot, I guess, if you could put it that way.
And how about, talk about some of these younger players. How about Tara Hibben coming in, knocking down a couple of big threes on those kick-out passes? I mean, she really gave you guys a boost early on as well.
Last night, she actually was stood in both corners, and she said, "This is my spot." So when she hit them, I said, "I knew that was your spot,"
And you as a senior now, you won today's ball game. I know you're coming down to this, and you said, look, you told me on Tuesday that you were very focused. You wanted to get this done. As a senior now, this is your last chance. You said, I get to play 1, maybe 2 more games. I'm lucky. My last game of the season is going to be played at Madison. Thanks, Joanna, for the time. Good luck to you on Saturday, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.
That's Joanna Bird, everybody. And, Brooke, if you're ready and want to come up and talk to me, that would be great. Don't knock over Terry's popcorn.
My bad.
I mean, he did eat all of it, I think. There's never any doubt with Terry. He eats everything. Anyway, taking a look at the game today, obviously, talk about your sister first, because she was just incredible inside. And, I mean, you guys looked to her a lot early on, and she was producing.
Yeah. Well, that was our game plan. We knew that they played a 3-2 and they didn't front the post, so that was our goal, to get it inside and hopefully get them in foul trouble so we could score. So every time we went down the floor, I was looking for Brittany. If Brittany didn't have it, she'd kick it back out to us for a good shot. So
are you saying that good coaching and then the players following the good coaching equals good things?
Yep.
And that's basically what it is. You had the game plan, you executed it, and it worked just the way the coaches drew it up, and that's credit to you and the coaches out there. Now, you were in double digits as well, 10 points on the afternoon. You seemed to be in the right spot, came up with several steals as well, and then you dished out 5 assists. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm a lover of the assist, and the way you guys passed the ball around today was just great.
I figured assist is just as good as a basket, and I always look for Brittany because if we can get inside, we always do good things, and I think that's what our game plan has always been, is to get it inside. Britt's got to touch the ball at least 15 times. That's what Jolene's pounded into our head, so that's what we look for now.
Now, what about that sweet wraparound pass that you had in the first half? Now, that was something of beauty. Did you expect to pull that off? Is that something that you normally can do?
No, all of a sudden I go to the hole, and I thought I saw Brittany, so when I looked around, I saw her, so I quick dished it out to her, hope to God she was there. Otherwise, I was going to probably be on the bench next to Tom for not shooting it.
And when you take a look at the game today, I mean, could you guys have played any better?
No, I think we came ready to play, and this is what we've been waiting for, and we needed a game like this.
One of your recollections from the last trip down here as opposed to this trip, how has it been different for you now as a junior? You went down last time as a freshman. How has this been for you now this time so far?
Well, now that we've won the first game, we got to get this out of our mind and just concentrate on the next game. I think last year we celebrated early. We were just glad we won the first game, and now we're coming home with hardware. Now this year we're concentrating the second game to win it because we know we want it and we deserve to win it. So that's what we're going for.
It's incredible, the focus of this team, and that's
how you got past some of those tough teams that you did in Colfax and Thorpe.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's, I think, how you guys did it just because of the guttiness and grittiness of this team. But what a ball game for you today. One of the things I wanted to ask you about was how big was it to have this type of lead and get some of those younger players the experience on the court here at Madison?
I think it's a good thing that, maybe this will get all the nerves out of them, because I know when I was a freshman, I was scared to go out there. And, I'm sure they're in the same predicament. We've been playing some tough teams, so this really helps them get out there and just know it's just a regular game. There's a lot of people there, but it's how it's always been, and it should push them to play better. So.
And the other way to look at it is there's no guarantee they'll get here again. So
No.
it's a chance for those girls to say, I played in a game at Madison.
And they know what it feels like now that we've been down there, and hopefully they can go down there like we have. I was fortunate enough to come down here 2 years now, and I'm looking next year to go again. So yeah.
Well, Brooke, thanks for the time. You had a great game today, great
Thank
game
you.
for the team, and we'll look for good things on Saturday as well.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Brooke.
I'm a well-conditioned athlete, so I hooked
of
it over
course.
here. We'll start out with Wrightstown. Amanda Ruck finished the game with a total of 2 points. Leah Rosenbaum with 4. Sasha Fallish finishes with 5. Hannah Bortz finishes with 18 points and 5 rebounds for her effort. Leading scorer for, I want to say Worthington, but it's Wrightstown. Also scoring tonight, or this afternoon, Chelsea Conan with 4 points. She actually took 8 shots in this game and only made 1, and she made that nice three-pointer in the game. For the Boyceville Bulldogs, so many people scored in this game. We'll start out with Brittany Hawkinson. She is the leading scorer in this afternoon's game. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of 6, struggled from the line a little bit. 10 of 14 from the field, though. Amazing. 70%. Brooke Hawkinson this afternoon finishes with 10 points, 4 rebounds, all of them defensively. Missed all of her three-pointers, but hey, 10 points is a great effort from her. She finishes with 26 minutes, played almost every minute of this game. Sarah Zavodny finishes with 2 points and 5 rebounds. Tuesday Schmidt with 2 points. Joanna Bird, 11 points, only missed 1 shot and then missed 1 free throw. She was huge, coming up with a big three-pointer early in the first half and then 1 late in the second half. Christina Hibben adds 2 points. Nicole Kaiser off the bench with 4. Tara Hibben with 6. Both of those three-pointers, they were beautiful. She did not miss a shot. Julie Brewer with 3 points. Let's see here. Katie Zavodny with 2 points. And then Kayla Bird with 2 points. And as you said, Boyceville out-rebounded Wrightstown 29-17. And it wasn't just the rebounds, but it was Boyceville's ability to get the pass. 22 assists to 6 assists. Okay, well, let's give you team stats since we're here. Your totals for the game from the field. Wrightstown, 29.7%, and a lot of that had to do with only 21% from beyond the arc. They were consistent at the free throw line at least, and they got that to say 70%. Boyceville now 23-3. In this game, they had a total of 67.5% of their field goals, 62% from beyond the arc. I am just so excited. I have to apologize. I'm just so excited that Boyceville is going to play on Saturday.
Are you finished? Let's hear from Coach Bird. It's been a little wacky after this, but we're all caught up in the emotion of this game as well, and we'll hear from Coach Bird right now, some of her post-game comments.
Down here, we kind of maybe had an edge on this one a little bit. A lot of these kids had been on a floor and kind of understood to maintain the focus and what you needed to do. So credit to the kids. They just played a terrific ball game. Yeah, to be honest with you, I always tell the kids basketball is a game of spurts. That's the way I feel. We're going to get some, they're going to get some, and we just have to have more at the end of the game than they've had on us. I think, they did change up some defense to their 1-2-2 and 2-3s and things like that. And we had worked, hard on some of those change-ups, knowing they were coming, and maybe didn't have the personnel in at the exact time that we had worked on in those situations, which probably gave us a little trouble for 30 seconds or a minute at a time on the clock. But I thought the kids responded well. They knew where they were supposed to go and what they were supposed to be running to see some of those different defenses.
Rick, you were able to get such good position on the block. Can you talk about how you did that?
They just played backside a lot, so it's just easy to step right in front. And then moving the ball around with our guards on top really helped on getting people to move out and shifting down under. That's pretty much, yeah.
That comment from Brittany Hawkinson right there.
Typically, the third quarter has been huge for us this season. Kids just tend to come out of the locker room ready to play, very focused and ready to push the ball. I think, we maybe had a little edge that they were more tired than we were. And, at state, you don't want to tell kids to hold back. It's you go out there to play and you go out there to have fun.
We've been playing together since 5th grade, so it's just playing with another teammate, I guess. I guess I don't notice it as much. She's just another, good ball player on our team.
I think defensively, this is probably one of the best teams I've had, or if not the best team play defense. So I think you force teams into a lot of bad situations where they don't want to be when you play good defense.
Some comments from Coach Bird talking about a few things. One of the things, how her club came out of the gate in that third quarter. They led 29-19 at halftime, did Boyceville, and then just lit things up in the third period. And Boyceville has been a great third quarter team all year long. Well, and all these Bulldogs can handle it. I mean, they can handle anything. They've shown it. They beat Colfax, got through that game. It was such a tough game. And then outlasting Thorpe and getting the win to make the trip to Madison. They are certainly battle-tested, such a gutsy team. Boyceville wins it and advances to the final ball game. The Bulldogs double up on Wrightstown, 66-33. Thanks to Steve again. For Terry, I'm Jason Haefman, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are going to look for great things both tonight from the Spring Valley boys and Boyceville on Saturday. Girls going for the championship. Don't miss it here on Moose Country.